remain a mystery, but now there's a new development in the case. Reports say Kaylee Anthony's grandparents are asking for immunity. It seems an odd request given the circumstances. Kaylee's body was found in a...
Kelly's body was found in a wooded lot not far from the Central Florida home she shared with her mother, Casey, and her grandparents. Casey is under arrest in connection with her daughter's death, but could George and Cindy Anthony think they have something to fear? Joining us now, Tamara Holder, who is a defense attorney, and she is in Chicago, and also former prosecutor Paul Callan. Thank you both for joining us.
Nice to be here.
Paul, they're asking for immunity. That implies that they are afraid that there might be something prosecutable there. What do you suppose that might be?
Well, I think what their defense attorney is probably fearful about is that statements that they have made earlier in the investigation might have been inaccurate. I mean, maybe they were saying things to try to help their daughter to cover up. And he's probably afraid of an obstruction of justice or a hindering prosecution charge being brought against them. But this is really kind of despicable when you think about it. The grandparents of a slain little girl refusing to cooperate with the police unless they get immunity. I mean, it's kind of despicable, I think, under the circumstances.
Tamara, what about, they're in kind of a tough place here because this is their daughter who is obviously accused of doing something unthinkable and heinous. But as parents, as her parents, they're in kind of a tough spot, aren't they?
No, you know what? This is a defense attorney doing his job. He's trying to protect his clients. And it's not despicable that anybody who may be a suspect in a case or maybe a co-conspirator or maybe possibly facing criminal charges is asking for some kind of deal if they have information to give. And it's absolutely totally inappropriate for the prosecutor to say that this is despicable for a defense attorney to help out or to ask something of the prosecutors in return for information.
Let me make one thing clear on this. I'm not criticizing the defense attorney. He's doing his job. I'm criticizing the grandparents. The grandparents of a slain 3-year-old girl going to the police and saying, we will not cooperate with you in the investigation of our grandchild's murder unless you give us immunity. They're saying it through their attorney. And I think it's a despicable situation. You know, grandparents and parents should cooperate when a child is murdered.
They never said that they would not cooperate.
Well, but they are saying that in exchange for their testimony, they would like immunity. They are trying to bargain.
Well, George Anthony already testified before the grand jury, so they have that information that can be used in court against them. There has been talk about possible obstruction of justice charges, and, there have been searches of the home. Possibly Cindy Anthony lied for her daughter in the beginning, but they're not saying we're refusing to cooperate. The defense attorney is going to the prosecutor.
Why do they need immunity if they have nothing to hide? Why do they need immunity?
Okay, well, first of all, it's not. They don't need immunity.
Well, then why ask for something that you don't need? If you're innocent, you have nothing to hide. You want to help find the killer of your grandchild. Talk to the cops.
Sir, you're
talk to the police.
Prosecutor. You're an ex-prosecutor. I'm sure you've prosecuted many cases where people give you information and they think they're helping out, and then the next thing you know, or that person knows, they're being charged with a crime.
I've never seen a case where a grandparent asked for immunity regarding an investigation of her slain granddaughter. Never saw it.
All right.
And I've handled a lot of homicide
cases. We're going
to
have to leave it there. Paul Callan and Tamara Holder, thank you both for joining us. Happy New Year.
Thank you.
All right, some good news. Yeah, well, some good news. A surprise delivery on New Year's Eve.